Just ahead on ABC 6 News, first at 4, danger on the roads. We'll take a look at a new AAA report that highlights the cause of rising fatal accidents. Plus, the new details we're learning tonight after a van drove into a home early Wednesday morning, what police say might be to blame. Plus,
be proactive, be preventable.
Preventing a fire, what you can do to protect your home ahead of one of the most dangerous seasons for house fires. Those stories and a check of your forecast starting right now on First at 4.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC 6 News First at 4.
Our top story at 4 o'clock. Crashes and fatal accidents on the rise in Southern New England. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Tiffany Murphy. Just this week alone, ABC 6 News has reported and responded to several crashes around Southern New England. ABC 6 News reporter Caitlin Galehouse joins us live to break down the numbers and what they think is to blame. Caitlin?
Well, Tiffany, good evening. A new study by AAA is showing that American drivers are quite literally addicted to speeding. In fact, here in Rhode Island, 32% of fatal crashes are because of speeding. AAA reporting more than half of people surveyed admit to risky driving behaviors like speeding. In 2021, the most recent federal data, 29% of fatal crashes nationwide and 32% of fatal crashes in Rhode Island were speeding related. A self-reported survey shows that speed is the most admitted risky behavior on the road among many other behaviors that drivers have. AAA's findings suggest there's been a change in people's actions since the pandemic, contributing to dangerous patterns on the roads. AAA says despite doubt from drivers, the solution starts with the person behind the wheel.
This year reflects change in attitudes. People are admit speeding more, and fewer people recognize the danger of speeding, and they think that it's not that dangerous to drive 15 miles an hour faster than the speed limit on the highway, which in many areas in Rhode Island, that's 80 miles an hour. The way it flows, you kind of have to pretend you're an ant working in a colony, and you're really just one of many people. You are traffic. There's really nothing special about you when you're on the roadway. And once you accept that and you try to adjust your driving to follow that philosophy, driving's a lot less stressful. And if everybody did that, traffic would flow very well.
Now, RIPTA encourages drivers in Rhode Island to maybe shift from driving their own cars to hopping on one of their buses. And this will alleviate the congestion and also take away some frustration. For now, we're live in Providence. Caitlin Galehouse, ABC 6 News.
New at 4 o'clock, Providence police arresting one person after a pedestrian was hit and killed in a hit and run in the capital city last week. According to police, it happened at 299 Broadway. That's when a driver reportedly hit a pedestrian and then left the scene. No other information has been released. Of course, we will continue to keep you updated on this developing story as additional information is released. An ABC 6 News follow-up at 4 o'clock. A Warwick man charged with DUI tonight after crashing his van into a home. 42-year-old Alexander Gutierrez is now recovering at the hospital and is expected to be okay. Warwick police responded to Elmwood Ave around 6:30 yesterday morning after a van hit a curb, a fence, then a car, finally coming to a stop, crashing into a home. No one was home at the time. No one was hurt that was inside that home. A separate crash then happened shortly after on that same stretch of roadway where a car hit a light pole. No one was hurt in that accident. Other local stories we're following this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Warwick police looking for your help to identify the people you see on your screen. This man is accused of shoplifting from Best Buy. This man is as well at 24 Universal Boulevard. If you think you know who these people are, you are asked to contact the Financial Crimes Division inside of Warwick PD. New Bedford's holiday parking program back in full swing for anyone looking to shop downtown. Throughout the month of December, anyone that comes to support local business can park for free for up to 2 hours at the Elm Street garage, as well as meters on Acushnet Ave. That program also includes a parking ticket forgiveness program where shoppers can show a same-day sales receipt for a refund on that parking ticket. First at 4, a live look over Providence on this Thursday. Let's get a check of our forecast with ABC 6 News meteorologist Bill Guile, who joins us live in the Weather Center. All in all, it was chilly, but I've got to say, a pretty beautiful day out there.
Yeah, that sun felt really nice, didn't it? But yeah, it was a cold start to the morning for sure. But once that sun really got to work, wasn't so bad, was it, this afternoon? In fact, we're doing a lot better right now than we were just 24 hours ago. Most of us are about 9 or 10 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday, or let's maybe call it less cold. How's that? But we are into a warming trend, and outside right now we're looking at 44 degrees in Providence, and these numbers are really not going to drop off much through the course of the overnight hours tonight. We're mainly clear around the region late this afternoon and into the early evening. There'll be a few passing clouds from time to time, but basically we're under control of high pressure now that is south of Long Island, and the wind direction is out of the southwest, and that's bringing in the milder air. However, we're keeping an eye on the developing area of low pressure down over Texas and Oklahoma. You can see all the rains now that are going on through Louisiana, Missouri, Arkansas, that whole area now, and that is going to be heading in our direction as we go through the day tomorrow. But here's the breakdown of the next several hours through the overnight. If you're stepping out this evening, things will be quite pleasant. Just again, a few clouds will be around, and temperatures settling back right around 42 degrees and finally bottoming out overnight tonight right about 40, and then you'll see region-wide temperatures are pretty similar as well. Now, coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk about the warming trend going into the weekend, and of course the threat of rain that's coming in for later tomorrow. And then things are starting to come into a little better focus as well as to how the storm may play out as we go into early next week. Have all those details in a bit. Tiffany.
We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thanks so much, Bill. New at 4 o'clock. As the holidays approach, it's important to protect your home during what's called the most dangerous season for house fires. According to the National Fire Prevention Association, there are nearly 800 fires a year during this time. But as Rhode Island State Fire Marshal says, a lot of things are preventable. Things like cleaning your fireplace and your chimney, as well as keeping your Christmas tree watered to prevent it from going up in flames.
10 seconds, maybe 50, they go up fast, especially if it's dry. With the heat on in your house, that tree's going to dry out. It's just not made to live that long.
The fire marshal also warning residents to be careful when using space heaters by making sure they are plugged into a wall and not an extension cord that can easily overheat. Just ahead on ABC 6 News, first at 4, the University of Maine rolling out a new plan to help Lewiston victims after last month's deadly mass shooting. Plus, a car drives into barriers near the United States Capitol. We'll tell you more about what we know so far about this incident that happened this morning. And a last-minute agreement extending that temporary truce in the Middle East. What's expected in the coming days. You're watching ABC 6, Southern New England's trusted news source.